everyone, how you guys doing today? It's Gio here. So I'm making, I believe this is my 8th video now. I took some notes and stuff and I wrote some things down I want to talk about. So I'm going to just kind of share some thoughts with you and share just some kind of the way that I think about things. And I don't know, for everyone out there, I hope you're enjoying the videos. Thank you guys for all your support and any comments, any likes that you guys can give me will be greatly appreciated, as it helps me to be able to develop the channel and to get extra abilities as far as YouTube and other things. So I definitely need subscriptions and I need likes, and any comments are very, very helpful. So, but just any support overall is greatly appreciated, and I thank you guys so much for it. And it really means a lot to me that you guys are taking the time to watch these and to hear what I have to say. So, I'm an addict. I'm in recovery. My date of last use was April 7th. And I'm going strong. I feel very confident and I feel very good about where I'm at. And I'm very, very happy to be able to share my thoughts and experiences in life to hopefully help other people that are struggling and to show other people that they can do it as well. So you can get to a place where you're happy with your life and where you're happy where you're at. So I share the thoughts that have helped me to get there and the things that I've used as far as tools and different things that have helped me to be able to get to this place where now I'm able to speak about it, and I want to share with you to try to help other people. So first thing I'm going to talk about is a book I read. I read this book back in 2017. It was called The 4 Agreements, and basically it tells you, it's based on Toltec wisdom, and it tells you the 4 things that you can do in your life in order to have a good, productive, prosperous, happy life. If you just follow these 4 simple thoughts, then you can as well have a good life. So thought number 1 with this is to be impeccable with your word. So what being impeccable with your word means to me is that you're honest at all times. You're honest to a fault. You can't ever lie. You can't ever have someone doubt what you're saying. So whatever you say needs to be the truth. As well as you never speak about anyone else in a negative way. You never spread slander. You never spread rumors. You don't talk about anybody else negatively. You don't try to make anyone else look bad. You don't do anything that's going to hurt someone else. You don't. So your word is perfect. So what you say, what comes out of your mouth, you can always be proud of and feel good about, and know that you're bringing good into the world instead of bad. And that's very, very, very important, you know, on so many different levels, because words hurt. You know, words can really affect someone else in such a negative way, and they really can, like, be something that breaks somebody. I look back at my own life and, like, things that I heard, you know, the names I was called when I was young, you know, because I'm Korean, were terrible, and they hurt me tremendously. And it's taken me my whole life to get past that and to get stronger past that, and to not let those words hurt me anymore. It took literally my entire life for that to happen. So you never know the things that you say to someone, you know, if you're saying hurtful words to them, you never know how that can impact them, because you never know how something affects somebody. So that's the first thing, is be impeccable with your word at all times. So, and I try to do that, and I try to keep all 4 of these in mind at all times. The second one is, do not take anything personally. So this means kind of the same thing as you talking about someone else. So if I was to say this about you, and you hear this, you can't take it personally. You know, I wish I never took any of the things personally I heard when I was younger, because then it would take the effect away that they had on me. You know, the effect of the way that they hurt me, the way that they bothered me and everything. So you don't want to take anything personally. Anything anyone says about you, you don't want to take it personally. It's not about you, it's about them. In the book, they quote, even if someone goes so far as to come up and shoot you point blank in the head, it's not about you, it's about them. It's about what they're going through. It's about what their life is. It's about them. So anyone that talks bad about you, it's because they're hurting inside. It's because they're not happy with themselves. It's not directly about you. And then it goes the same way as if someone compliments you and says something good about you, that also is not about you, it's about them. So anything anyone says has no power over you. You take all the power out of the word as far as someone saying something about you, and you put the power in your word because you're always good about it. So those two things, imagine if nobody could hurt you with what they said. If nothing anybody said in the world could bother you and hurt you, you'd be a very, very strong person for that. If you're never looking for approval from other people, if you were just good with yourself, these are all the things that would come along with not taking things personally. But it's such a hard thing to do, though, because you're always looking for to get approval from others and have other people like you. I know I've strived for that my entire life, so it's been very, very hard, you know. But that's another one. I try not to let anything anybody says or does to me, I try not to take it personally. I try to look at it from the perspective that it's what they're going through. This is where they're at with their lives. You know, they got to say these things to make themselves feel better because they don't like who they are. So, and I like who I am, so therefore I don't let it bother me. So I try to always apply that. The third one is don't make assumptions. So, you know the saying, don't assume anything because you make an ass out of you and me. It's kind of true. So when you assume something about somebody, you're assuming that you know that person. You're assuming that you know what that person has been through. You're assuming that you know what that person's DNA is and how this thing affects someone. Everybody's brain's different. Everybody's body's different. Everybody's heart's different. Our spirit, our soul, everything is different about every single person. So you don't know how something's going to affect somebody as far as anything. So someone says this thing to me and I don't think twice about it, but they say it to the next person, and the next person could want to go take their own life because it bothers them so bad to hear something like that because of what they've been through in their lives and the way that their brain is made up, different things like that. A big example I say about that is Chester Bennington, lead singer of Linkin Park. I love him. He's amazing. Such an amazing performer. Seems like such an amazing person. Seemed happy. Seemed okay. You know, took his own life. Took his own life by hanging himself with 5 children. And, you know, he's on top of the world. He has anything that he wants in the entire world. He's loved by millions and millions of people. You know, he gets to go on stage and perform and just do what he loves. And to take his life like that, like, it shows you that you don't know what anyone is going through in their head. You don't know how something affects somebody. You don't not know, you know, if someone like that can do that to themselves, then that really shows you that you don't know anything about anybody. So you don't want to ever assume you know anything. Then the last one is to always do your best. Now your best is going to change from time to time based on, you know, amount of sleep, what you ate, you know, a lot of different things are going to affect what your best is. But as long as you can say to yourself, I did my best. I did my best at this, and you can always put your best foot forward, and you can always do your best, then you can never be disappointed in yourself. You can never be upset because you know you did your best at it. Whatever your best is at that moment, at that day, if you know you did your best and you put your best into something, then you can never be upset. So those 4 simple things, by doing them, by being impeccable with your word, by not taking anything personally, by not making assumptions, and by always doing your best. If you follow those 4 simple principles, you know, you really can have a good, happy life. Like they really do set you up along that path. So just to have a good, nice, happy life, you know. And so I've tried to, those 4 things by reading that back in 2017 when I did, it really did change my life. And the reason why I read that was because I seen it in a paper, and it was Jeff Bridges from The Big Lebowski. I'm the dude. He wrote in the paper that was the most influential book that he had read. So therefore I sought it out and I read it because I really, you know, I thought a lot of him as a person, and, you know, especially from that character because I love that movie. But so I sought out that book just from happening to notice that. Probably the one time I read a paper, and I don't know how long, and I happened to see that, and I read the book. So, you know, so I feel like that was meant for me to read that. And so I did, and I do feel like it changed my life. So I would recommend it to anyone.